Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about why I think Rockstar needs to remove the property limit in Grand Theft Auto Online, allowing us to buy unlimited apartments and garages, as well as telling you guys how Rockstar can spice some things up as far as redesigning the garages for Grand Theft Auto Online. So let's talk about the property limit first. We know right now in Grand Theft Auto Online, your character is allowed to own 6 garages and then 1 motorcycle club, which I guess technically acts as a 7th garage. And it always seems, no matter how many garages we have, the community is asking for more garage space. It seems to be a cycle in online that there's a new DLC added. It introduces a bunch of new vehicles. The new rides are awesome. They have good customization, and you get in Grand Theft Auto Online, and then you realize that you either don't have enough garage space or you're going to have to delete vehicles in order to get the new vehicles and in order to get the new content. I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me on DLC day, but even more recently, you guys have been watching my live streams and really liking them, and thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. And you'll know that when we do every stream, we typically buy 10 cars. We fill up an entire garage. Well, that's kind of difficult because I have to delete cars that sometimes I really like, and I've just got to make the decision, this one's going to go down the drain. So this is going to be my wish to Rockstar that hopefully they'll eventually allow an unlimited amount of garage storage space, because there is no secret that they are totally fine with adding new garages into the game. We've seen them do this over the past couple years. Even more recently, after the Bikers update came out, they even acknowledged that they heard the cries of people wanting another garage. So they added a 6th property, which was awesome, and I really like that. But 60 cars, when you think about it, isn't all that much considering all the vehicles that are available in the game. Now, I know what you guys might be saying right now. Is there any need for one person to have 60 cars? And I say to each his own. I mean, if you want to have 5 cars, you do it. If you want to have the maximum number, 60 cars, you go for it as well. I don't think you should stop one group from, living the way they want in online. And that's why I think Rockstar should just completely remove the property limit. And here's why. It's a win-win for everyone. Now, the only thing that might stop this is some sort of technical reason, and right now, Rockstar hasn't really said anything about that. And to be fair, they have come out and said when there are technical reasons for why they can't do something. Remember when Rockstar was wanting to make a jump from the old generation systems to the current generation systems? They basically said the 360 and the PS3 couldn't do the things they wanted to anymore from a technology standpoint. However, they have not mentioned anything about garages when it comes to that. So it does make me kind of curious, is there some sort of technical limitation behind Rockstar adding these garages into the game? And another thing we know is that Rockstar doesn't even need to add a new DLC into the game to introduce one. We saw this with the Bikers content, that they can trigger a new property being introduced in the game with tunables. So to me, it doesn't make sense that it's a technical limitation or a DLC limitation. It's just really whenever they want to add a new garage or a new property slot into the game. And why I said this was a win-win is because ultimately this would help Rockstar too. I've stated all the time that Rockstar is a business, and they're not only great at making video games, but they're great at making video games because it's good for them. It makes them money. And obviously, if Rockstar were to remove the property limit, you would think shark card revenue would go up, as maybe people would go on a shopping spree, buy new garages and vehicles, and it's a commonly community-based request. So I'm not sure why Rockstar is holding out on not introducing another garage. So another big question is, why hasn't Rockstar done this so far? Why do they keep limiting us with garage space and then ever so often introducing them into the game? Well, as I mentioned earlier, it might be some sort of technical limitations, and I have no clue what that might be. I'm not an engineer at Rockstar. I have no clue if they need time to figure out how to program a new garage into the game. I'm not really too sure. And since I don't work for Rockstar and since I'm not developing the game, I don't know if actually increasing the property limit might cause issues to the game and the stability of Grand Theft Auto Online. So it's easy for me to sit here and say, unlimited properties, Rockstar, we want that. It's such an easy thing to do, but at the same rate, we don't know the effect that might have on the stability of online. And we know Rockstar's not going to introduce something into the game that could overall cripple its stability and make the experience worse off. Another explanation as to why Rockstar might not just go with the unlimited route is maybe a business strategy. Maybe they're using the garage space as kind of like a service surge in shark card revenue. So for example, if they do them periodically, like every 6 months, you'd think that would encourage then players to maybe buy a shark card to, fund a garage or fund some of the vehicles. I'm really not too sure. Again, I'm not really on the inside of Rockstar here, but I think it is time for an increase in property limits, especially when it comes to the garages. Now, I'm fine with having like 1 or 2 apartments. I'm really never in there, but it's the garage stuff that is important. And for the longest time, I've stated that there needs to be different types of garages with different styles, different interiors, ones that could hold many different types of vehicles. For example, Rockstar did a great job with the biker clubhouse, even though it was still really only limited to 10 bikes that you could hold in and of itself. But there needs to be maybe different style garages for different types, different size garages that can hold over 10 cars. We know that there's 3 types of garage interiors in the game right now. You've got the 10-car garage that you see in most Grand Theft Auto Online lobbies. You've got the 6-car garage, which is kind of a medium-sized one, very similar to the one the single-player characters had in-game. And then you've got the small 2-car garage that is literally like a little shack. It's not very big at all. So now what I want to do, and as you've been seeing on the gameplay right now, is some cool garage options that I wish Rockstar would explore. Now, I'm going to show you guys 3 mods here, and I tried to choose the most realistic ones. Obviously, there are some crazy garage mods that have like, triple deck stacked things on top of Michael's house. That doesn't make sense. That's not realistic. We would never see that in online. But the 3 options I am going to be showing you and that you have been seeing could ultimately make sense. So the one you saw at the Playboy Mansion, that one is super cool. It's kind of an open garage that isn't built into the place you live, but instead is a external garage. And this one I thought was pretty cool. It's got the ramp that leads up inside. It's got the glass on the ceiling and on the windows. How cool would it be if you could like see the world around you as you have cars on the inside? I think that could be pretty awesome. And there was also this half-opened garage door that I thought was a unique concept because cars could drive out and in, but players could not get in or out. Now, obviously, that opens up a lot of room for like griefing and whatnot, as you could just toss a grenade underneath the garage door. But I still think that concept is super cool. Obviously, this would require us to probably own the Playboy Mansion, which I don't know if Rockstar is going to do anytime soon, nor do I think they're going to do any of these garage things anytime soon, although the next DLC is supposed to be based off of vehicles, importing and exporting. So who knows if Rockstar will introduce maybe like a crazy style new garage or some sort of chop shop that's similar like this. That could be pretty cool. Let's move on to the next one. This one is in the middle of Los Santos. This is a place you've probably driven up on a lot. It's like right next to the Life Invader building. And what this mod creator has done is essentially just turned it into a garage, which I think is super cool. So this garage has a couple different entrances you can go inside, but the main entrance is awesome. It's got all the vehicles hidden behind these glass kind of like vaults, and I think that that is so cool. There's a lot of space in here. As I mentioned with the last garage, it's completely glassed out, so you can see the world happening around you, which I think is so neat. And you can see all the vehicles in here, which just look super cool. This one I think has like 10 or 11 inside of that glass, but I'm easily sure if you wanted to redesign this, you could get anywhere from 20 to 30 in there. So that would be pretty neat. And there's even another room that is kind of cool. It's like a little break room with a pool table. Maybe that's something else that Rockstar should consider. Putting some cool little exclusive features inside the garage. Obviously, I know they're meant for storing cars, but little things like that I still think are pretty fun and enjoyable to have in there. So I thought that would be super cool. That's another garage option. And you can see how the insides are varied too. That's probably one of the biggest issues with the garages I have currently on online is there's no differentiation between the garages themselves. The interiors are all the same. And finally, last but not least, the last one is kind of a 2-story double-decker garage that I think is actually really, really cool. And what's awesome about this one is how the kind of layers are separate. On the bottom level, you've kind of got a smaller storage area. And what's neat about that is there's actually a green screen on the inside. That would be cool for like Snapmatics. If you wanted to take some cool photos of your car or your vehicle, you put it in this green screen area, take a nice, big, beautiful photo of it. I think that would be super cool. And obviously up top, you've got more of the open area and garage storage that could be super cool as well, kind of a double-decker style garage. So basically, at the end of the day, I want Rockstar to remove the property limits if that's technically possible. It would help me, it would help so many other people, and I think it would just be better not having to wait on them to unlock another property slot. And finally, I want them to do some cool, unique things with the garage. Now, I might kind of be speaking a little bit too soon here. As I mentioned earlier, the next DLC is likely to do with vehicles, importing and exporting. So we may see some new garages, chop shop, stuff like that. So my wish actually might come true. But for now, the mods that I've shown you guys are just a pretty cool example of what I would like to see from Rockstar in terms of some new garages in Grand Theft Auto Online. But as always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. I definitely think this is going to be a discussion-heavy video. What do you think of Rockstar lifting the property limit? Do you like that idea? Do you not? Do you like some of the garages I showed off today? Do you think that would be cool to have it online? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments section down below. If you did go on to enjoy the video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With that out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.